1992, Bellevue, Washington. Quote, with each additional year of higher education, women learn more about their superiority. Close quote. Gloria Steinem, Attitudes, War Against Women, Lifetime TV, June 25, 1992. Early in the modern women's movement, feminists demanded parity with men. They wanted equal opportunities for work, play, education, and life. But the modern women who inherited their eventual success found parity hard work. To in every way equal men, they had to excel in many competitive markets. What appeared so easy from the sidelines soon seemed unfairly competitive in the fracas. This was a shock. But uninterested to know that the man's world is a tough place not because men dominate there, but that men dominate there because the world is a tough place, feminists began complaining about this. Prices set in the marketplace, for example, were to them signs of discrimination. Quote, if you compare the predominantly male profession of engineer with the predominantly female profession of nurse, you find there's a shortage of both, but the market's response is different. The wages offered to engineers go up, while nurses who will work cheap are imported from abroad. Close quote. A Lesser Life, The Myth of Women's Liberation in America, Sylvia Ann Hewlett. There might be a shortage of ditch diggers too, but that doesn't mean they should earn the same wage as engineers. Engineering is a creative profession, nursing a service profession. The wage difference indicates the extent to which the people value practical creativity above service. Sex discrimination has nothing to do with it. Because women dominate the service industries, however, feminists would rather make it a gender issue and rail against men than denounce the female pornographers like Cosmopolitan magazine and the romance novel publishers who encourage women to prefer glamour and service careers to engineering. The result of the refusal to allow women to own responsibility for their own lives is that it predisposes feminists to demand special status for women. Quote, the fact is, most women bear weighty home and family burdens and need more than equality with men if they are to attain equal earning power in the marketplace. Close quote. A Lesser Life, Sylvia Ann Hewlett. Operating on the feminist precept that the ends justify the means, they demand federal laws to impose handicaps on men that will give women an unfair advantage in the marketplace. This is not opposing oppression, but promoting persecution of men. Feminists make a practice of being biased against men. On the subject of rape, investigations of rape, prosecutions and acquittals, for example, Susan Brown Miller presumes that where there is a low conviction rate, guilty men must be getting away with crime. Quote, in some locales, the conviction rate for rape based on arrests is a shocking 3%, close quote. Against our will, Susan Brown Miller. But if there's anything shocking about it, we could more easily suggest it's the 97% of the cases are spurious. Being unbiased, we can acknowledge what feminists cannot. There are two sides to every story, and without knowing all the details of each, we've got no basis for assessing the merits of either the convictions or acquittals. But feminists make a practice of attacking men and masculinity on principle. This is bigotry no less than anything of which they blame on men. Essentially advocating an anti-male mentality, they've become just like the bigots they profess to most despise. 2012, Olympia, Washington. Since I wrote this chapter, wholesale outsourcing of many male-dominated jobs has risen, crested, and is now shifting jobs back to America as wages have declined and shipping costs have increased. Many thousands of formerly American engineering jobs, however, now reside in India, proving that it was always primarily about market forces.